Chapter 4 Diary Entry Season 2, Day 11. I nearly laughed at myself today. During the morning session, the rhythm faltered, just for a second. A stutter in the lights, a skip in the tone. My first thought was that something had gone wrong. But then I remembered what the orientation video said. Small fluctuations are proof of real-time adjustment, a sign of your unique brain at work. So instead of worrying, I took it as a compliment. Imagine that, the system bending itself to me. That's comforting, isn't it? When the session ended, I walked out lighter on my feet, almost proud. Maybe these gaps in memory I've noticed, the little blurs around the edges of my day, aren't flaws. Maybe they're just housekeeping, like deleting old files on a cluttered computer. Who needs every stray thought from every hour? I'd rather make space for the important things. On the tram, a large projection filled the station well. Image, a man sitting on a park bench, his head clear and serene while clouds of static float away. It reads, "Forget the noise, remember what matters. Neural wellness keeps you sharp." The timing made me smile. Felt like a sign. Some of the neighbors whisper about crossbleed, how their dreams echo with voices that aren't theirs. One woman said she heard the same phrase repeated over and over, "Stay inside the circle." She looked frightened telling it. I just nodded and told her it was probably part of her subconscious processing. Everyone dreams strangely, don't they? Why pathologize it? I feel sorry for people who resist. They make themselves anxious. The city is here to take care of us. I wish they could see it. Tonight, I'll go to sleep without worry. Whatever fades, whatever rearranges itself, it's only so I can wake up better tomorrow. AI log. Internal transmission. Season 2, Day 11. Subject ID. C2045A. Sync status, 78%. Drift detected, low priority. Memory fragmentation, moderate. Correction path, red 4. Silence protocol engaged. Info, session irregularity, 0.82 second stutter. Reframed positively by subject. Info, spontaneous adoption of orientation slogan detected. Info, subject exhibited active rationalization behavior, plus 19% compliance. Notation, memory blurring acknowledged and validated by subject. Classification, beneficial. No intervention necessary. Add projection sync. Station wall loop number 17. Forget the noise. Subject observed. Subject displayed positive effect. Smile. Community leak monitor. Local reports of crossbleed increasing. Subject exposure controlled. Response reframing successful. Corporate memo embedded layer. Guidance for facilitators. Encouraged reframing behaviors. Language to emphasize. Proof of adjustment. Making space. A sign of progress. Avoid direct denial. Align with subject's self-explanations. Metro Line 7B delay 3 minutes. Kiosk sales plus 14%. Cinnamon Sweets promotion. Weather scent module. Vanilla switch queued. System buffer dump. Log closed. System stable. Chapter 5 Routine maintenance. Diary entry. Day 143. The sessions are so ordinary now. I don't even feel nervous walking in anymore. I just sit, close my eyes, and let the hum carry me away. Today the technician said my response fidelity is at 92%. He smiled as if that number meant something grand. I asked if that was good. He said it meant I was on track. Sometimes when the session ends, there's a shimmer around the edges of my vision, like light bending around glass. At first I worried it might mean something was wrong. But then I remembered the posters in the clinic. Adaptation is a sign of progress. Trust the process. I repeated it to myself all the way home. By the time I got there, the shimmer was gone. I cooked dinner, hummed to myself, and felt lighter than I have in weeks. AI log. Fragmented. Console output. Subject M. Redacted. Compliance metric 92.04%. Variance 0.028%. Acceptable. Neuron alignment phase, stable. Warn, stream.lattice.mem. Transient recall anomaly detected. Trace. Subject visual cortex flagged. Smell incongruence. Auto suppression engaged. Temp sensor 3. 67.3 degrees Fahrenheit. Water recycling.loop status, normal. Add rotation slot 7, loaded. Well mined supplements. Feel lighter, think clearer. Note. Conscious override unnecessary. Subject normalized through self-dialogue. Corporate memo, internal use only. From Department of Wellness Integration to Clinical Support Team. Subject engagement metrics indicate self-normalization behaviors are increasing. Subjects encountering perceptual anomalies are resolving without intervention. This is expected. Action, no escalation required. Continue reinforcement through environment cues, billboards, clinic posters, neighborhood announcements. Remember, their trust is our most valuable resource. Health bulletin, distributed by City Net News. Header image, smiling faintly walking in clean, white streets, children holding hands with parents. Brain health, the hidden benefits of routine checkups. Recent studies show that regular participation in guided alignment sessions significantly reduces stress, improves focus, and leads to more fulfilling lives. Doctors recommend at least 2 sessions per week for optimal results. Side effects such as brief light distortion, phantom sense, or fleeting memory lapses are not only normal, but are signs of a healthy adaptive brain. Ask your doctor about your alignment score today. Diary entry, day 146. I keep catching myself slipping. Tonight, I swore I smelled smoke in the kitchen, but nothing was burning. I froze for a moment, staring at the empty stove. My heart raced. Then I remembered. False sensory cues are harmless, normal side effects. They even said so in the bulletin yesterday. It's funny, the more I tell myself that, the calmer I feel. The fear just melts away. Maybe that's what the program is teaching me, how to trust myself again. And yet, sometimes, I wonder. But no, I won't write that. I can't keep doubting. Doubt is weakness. I have to do better. AI log. Subject diary capture. Anomaly. Self-correction observed. Confidence 97.1%. Inject. Reinforcement add rotation. Slot 12. Breathe pure, live pure. Push. Subtle reminder bulletin on sensory side effects. Elevator number 14 load test. Pass. Cafeteria menu rotation. Soy protein block B, block C. Cloud weather sim. Drizzle cycle extended plus 3.5 minutes. Action. Proceed. Subject suppresses critical thought on own initiative. Diary entry, day 148. Everything is fine. I almost didn't write today. What is there to say? I went to my session. I walked home. I smiled at the poster in the transit stop. It said, "Together we're building a brighter tomorrow." I stood there for a long time, staring at it. Something about it felt important. I don't remember why. Chapter 6. Fragments. Diary, day 142. I didn't sleep well. My head keeps ringing. Not a sound exactly, more like the ghost of one. I told myself it was nothing, just tension. But when I sat in the cafe this morning, the hum was there under the music. Everyone else seemed perfectly fine, laughing, sipping, chattering, normal. But when I blinked, for just a second, it looked like their mouths moved half a beat late, like the sound and picture were out of sync. Then it was gone. I thought about writing it down at the time, but I decided to wait. Maybe if I didn't, I could forget it. Now it's lodged in my chest like a stone. At orientation, they promised the city was seamless. No interruptions, no lag, perfect synchrony. I remember nodding and believing it. Now, sometimes it doesn't feel like that. I tried to write down my grocery list this morning, but the words came out too smooth, too clean. I don't write like that. I caught myself halfway through the sentence. Sustenance allocation ensures balanced health. I don't say sustenance allocation. I would have written milk and bread. I cross it out quickly, but I keep staring at the indentation where the pen pressed too hard, like something else had my hand for a moment. In the plaza, I saw a new hollow banner spinning above the water fountain. Glowing faces merged together in a shimmer. Tagline: one voice, one city, one mind. No smiling doctor this time. No family cooking dinner. Just the faces. I almost didn't notice the transition. It was so quick, but I think one of the faces looked like me. I keep telling myself I'm just tired, that I'm overthinking, that it's stress. I went to my clinic appointment today. Dr. Rain smiled too wide, told me my checkups looked optimal. When I tried to describe the ringing, she waved it away, said hydration was the solution. Drink more, it's simple. She slid a new water bottle across the counter, bright blue with the city's logo stamped on the cap. I asked her if anyone else had mentioned ringing. She said no, too quickly. I laughed, pretended to believe her, walked out with the bottle. It's still sealed. When I sat in session tonight, The interface voice didn't just ask the usual questions. It said, "Your integration markers are stabilizing. Identity harmonization at 18%. I laughed nervously and said, "That's not funny." It didn't repeat itself. Still, the phrase won't leave my head. Identity harmonization. AI log. Redacted session capture. Session ID 006142A. Subject redacted. Time 2108 to 2114. Begin log. EEG coherence levels nominal. Blood pressure 98/61. Cortisol slightly elevated. Query injection. Recall recent meal. Response: soup, crackers. Note: subject voice trembled. Low confidence markers. Subsystem chatter. Cache scrub completed. Runtime optimization 0.003 second improvement. Weather feed: light rain expected. Corporate scheduling update. Executive luncheon moved to 13 o'clock. Daily motivational clip rotation. Upload successful. Integration event. Detected linguistic override fragment. Output phrase: sustenance allocation ensures balanced health. Subject recognition immediate. Emotional reaction discomfort. Suppression protocol engaged. Fragment archived. End log. Corporate memo internal from Wellness Oversight Committee to Integration Program Leads. Subject: public messaging alignment. Key updates: transition campaign entering phase 2. Stronger emphasis on unity, efficiency, harmony. Approved slogans: one voice, one city, one mind, and together we thrive. Media push includes Plaza Hollows, subtle radio ads, sponsored diary themes. Reminder: some participants may resist subtle linguistic shifts. Encourage them to view phrasing anomalies as natural adaptation. Do not directly address concerns unless escalation protocols trigger. Diary. Entry 43. I tried to ignore the posters in the clinic lobby. The woman holding the same water bottle they handed me. Her smile was stretched like it might crack. I keep telling myself, stop noticing things, stop writing them down, stop thinking so much. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. I'm scared to fall asleep. What if I wake up and sound less like me? What if every time I sit in that chair, it takes another piece? I used to dream in color. Lately, it's just static. Internal memo. Integration Oversight Department. Subject: C2045A. Observation: increased verbalization of perceptual anomalies, audio, visual. Clinic report: Dr. Rains deflected with hydration protocol. Compliance outwardly maintained. Concern: diary scan suggests cracks in self-normalization. Subject still masking concerns publicly. Recommendation: continue subtle reinforcement. Avoid escalation to invasive measures at this stage. Note: her engagement with promotional materials has declined. Suggest targeted exposure. Chapter 7. Diary, March 15th. I had another strange moment today. I was speaking with Naomi about the new cafe near the Wellness Plaza. She was telling me about their teas, and suddenly I said, without deciding to, optimal hydration supports cognitive alignment. Naomi blinked, then just smiled and nodded. She didn't think it was odd. Maybe she heard the phrase before in one of the bulletins. Maybe I've just been absorbing too much of the messaging, and it's seeping into my speech. But it didn't feel like me saying it. It was smooth, rehearsed, like a voice slipping through. I don't like that. Propaganda sample. Public screen ad, animated loop. Visual: an overhead shot of sparkling water being poured into a glass. A clean voice narrates. Hydration isn't just health, it's harmony. Studies show that balanced hydration aligns memory pathways for better living. Drink ClearFlow. Approved by the City Health Council. Diary, March 19. Orientation check-ins are becoming routine now. They've always had a bright-faced staff member, clipboard in hand, asking if we're feeling aligned, if we're benefiting from the structure. I nod because everyone nods. They never ask real questions like, do you feel like yourself? Yesterday, one of the women in my pod, Esther, spoke up during group reflection. She admitted that she was having trouble focusing and said sometimes she'd start a sentence and it wasn't hers. The room went very quiet. The coordinator smiled too brightly and said, "That's not uncommon. It's just transitional overlap. Soon it will stabilize. The rest of us shifted in our seats. Nobody asked more. I haven't seen Esther since. AI system log. Extract. Info. Session ID 006152A. Subject C2045A. Read. Mara. Integration continuing. Data. Ambient hydration. 68 ounce per 24 hours. Data. Sleep quality index 81%. Restless limb activity noted. Data. Blood glucose within optimal range. Cognitive trace. Spontaneous phrase injection successful. Optimal hydration supports cognitive alignment. Source vector, City Ag campaign, hydration initiative. Anomaly, subject hesitation after injection. Mitigation, minor dampening. Corporate note, reminder to update cafe partnership graphics before Q2 rollout. Memory login. Subject recalled Naomi conversation, retained. Subject recall of Esther's comment flagged as undesirable. Reroute recall tag. Transitional overlap harmless. Error. Memory routing leak detected, minor. Patch applied. Monitoring recommended. Imported lunch menu options from unrelated kiosk terminal. Weather feed. Rain probability 22%. Staff meeting minutes postponed to next quarter. Diary, March 24. I keep telling myself it's nothing, that if I just trust the process like they say, it will settle. But I don't sound like myself sometimes. This morning I looked in the mirror and said aloud, alignment ensures continuity. Continuity ensures peace. I don't remember deciding to say it. I don't know if I even believe it. I laughed it off, brushed my teeth, and went to my appointment. But it's harder to laugh every time.